Maybe?
Yeah.
All right, so good morning. It's that time again. Seems like that we always experience these disasters. There's actually more than the Texas flood going on right now in the United States. There's another natural disaster out west. It's the fires. All the fires, Montana, Oregon, California, they're pretty blazing right now. And then, of course, your other disasters of, the hate crimes and all that. But I wanted to share with you, I got in contact last week with God's Pit Crew. They're out of Danville, Virginia. And basically what they do is they're a nonprofit organization. They don't have that many members. They don't have that many volunteers. They are really small compared to Samaritan's Purse and the Southern Baptist disaster relief, as Pastor John was just talking about. So they're kind of small compared to these guys. I do know that on Sunday, a week ago, I thought it was later, but it was actually Sunday, last Sunday night, they had 2 tractor and trailers full of their blessing buckets sitting on the outskirts of Houston. They were one of 3 first respond crisis disaster relief groups. So they're over the last, they founded in 1999 by their CEO, Randy. He started it with the tornadoes and stuff in the Midwest. And then from there, he just gathered people and trucks and trailers and equipment came along with it. And as it stands right now, remember, Sunday a week ago, there was 2 tractor and trailer loads. That's it. As a week later, there's 17 tractor and trailer loads that have been delivered to Texas from God's Pit Crew, from people that have joined with them and things of that nature. I had the fortunate yesterday to go down to Lynchburg and drop off some supplies and different things. And there's a company down there called Truck Enterprises. That's a donation drop-off point. They've got 2 trailers going down, and they're Truck Enterprises trailers, but they're partnered with God's Pit Crew. One trailer is nothing but water, and the other trailer is dry stuff or your cleaning supplies, things of that nature. So over the last 18 years, God's Pit Crew has responded to 91 natural disasters. And that goes from all the hurricanes to the flooding in Rockbridge County years ago, to the tornadoes, to Hurricane Katrina, to all the big name disasters. They're there. They've got a team there now in Texas that is helping out in Texas and Louisiana. So with that, I'm going to be a part of God's Pit Crew. I'm going to join. I'm going to volunteer. Paperwork has been submitted. So I'm just waiting on the background checks and stuff like that. So their ministry is amazing. It's a lot of what I believe, everything that I believe, they believe too. And they believe in what we believe as a church. So they when you think about giving, Pastor John had talked about the Southern Baptist, and I'm not going to go against that. I will never do that, because any and all help is amazing. I'm just telling you about mine. Eric is going to tell you a little bit more about different things as well. But God's Pit Crew is, they've donated, between the blessing buckets, they're called blessing buckets. It's a 5-gallon bucket filled with a Bible, a personal letter from somebody, and multiple things of supplies. There's been, I don't know the exact number. I don't know that they've came out with the exact number yet for the relief so far for Hurricane Harvey, but there's been thousands. As of 2016, there had been over 15,000 blessing buckets donated to natural disaster crisis response team. They also do another thing too with their warehouse down there in Danville. They're a lot like the food banks and the churches that have food banks around this area. They also donate to the locals in need. Their volunteers put in some crazy hours. It's like 45,000 hours a week is what I saw between all volunteers to help out with things. They've had over 100 million pounds of food and supplies donated to them, net worth about $200 million. So that's the thing. So if you want to learn a little bit more about God's Pit Crew, you can go to godspitcrew.org, or you can see me anytime. But God's Pit Crew is amazing. What they do is absolutely astounding. It's a lot like Samaritan's Purse, just a smaller version. It's a lot like a disaster relief team plus Billy Graham's ministries at the same time. They have pastors that go out and do the pastoral care as far as God's Pit Crew goes, and they also have leaders that are willing to do the same thing. So one of the things that I saw is that when they send their tractor and trailer loads down, now the first set, they didn't take any volunteers with them, but they're tractor and trailer drivers. And I was actually reading something on that when they dropped it off, at this church warehouse is where it was. This church warehouse was out of everything. They had given everything out. And the lady that was at the warehouse down there in Texas had prayed that she received supplies. And about that time, not long after she prayed, she saw two big red tractor and trailers pulling in and it said God's Pit Crew on the side. So when you're thinking about these things, just donate, help. I got a couple buddies of mine, their families are down there. Sorry. And they've literally lost everything. So think about what you have each and every day and look at it. I mean, somebody like me, I don't make hardly anything. I've given almost $400 to this thing. So when you're looking at it, I'm not asking for you to give money. I'm not asking for any of that. I'm asking for you to listen to what God tells you to do. I'm asking you to pray about it and see what God leads you. We're called to be His hands and feet. And if that's what He has put on your heart, then, come see somebody, me, Eric, John, or anybody else. Be a part of it. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Eric. Eric's got a video of the Southern Baptist disaster relief. Is that right? To show about this. And also, too, one other thing that I want to note. I don't talk politics very much, but I wanted y'all to know this, that our president has been to Texas a couple times and has actually been there to hand out stuff and to be involved with it. But one of the things that I wanted to say, the big thing, is today him and his team at the White House have declared today, Sunday, the National Day of Prayer for Hurricane Harvey, Texas relief.
Thank you, Travis. There's the heart of a warrior for you if you've never seen one before. Just briefly in the way of introduction, we're about to show you a video from Southern Baptist Disaster Relief. It will explain some of the challenges, some of the praises that are going on down there. And in coming weeks, we will have more information for you, as John said, about being a ready church. And that will start with us taking care of ourselves first so that we can minister the gospel to others. At the back of the auditorium, you'll find a little packet with information for disaster relief about how you can prepare your own home, your own family, even your pets. Might be us next time. It's not a matter of if, but when. So these are just things to think about. We'll watch a video and then we'll take just a moment to pray for our brothers and sisters down in Texas.